What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. So this is the first workout of the current week. So as you're watching this, I am officially exactly 29 days out. It might be 30. I think it's 29 days out from the European Championships, which is very exciting, but also pretty surreal, as it has definitely creeped up massively and is I just cannot believe we're this close to the competition. But to kick start it, we had 6 sets of 3 with 275 kilograms or 606 pounds in squats, and then we had 12 total sets of benching. We had 6 sets of 5 reps with 155 kilograms and 6 sets times 4 reps with 140 kilograms on close grip benching. Didn't film any of the close grip work, only filmed competition squats and competition bench, and I've added it, kept in all sets. And I am going to be honest and say that the benching was probably the hardest benching workout of my entire life. It was brutal. Quite frankly, after doing the first set with 155 kilos for a set of 5, I was not completely sure that I was going to be able to get through all 12 sets, which is probably the first time I have ever actually had that thought on any movement for as long as I can remember. However, I just told myself at the end of the day, you're going to get through it, just keep the head down, just focus on each rep as a single, and if you can do one rep, you can always do another, and eventually all those will add up to complete each rep, each set, and you'll get through it all. And I did. I got all 6 sets of 5 reps with 155 kilos, and I got all 6 sets of 4 reps on close grip. And with regards to squats and bench press, again on squats here, handling 275 for 6 sets of 3. Again, I on this day have had much less caffeine than I normally would, and I perceived quote unquote heavy day, and I was just completely and utterly emotionally uninvested and really calm, which, to be honest, before this cycle I have never actually been calm on a weight over 260, so to be doing 275 just completely chilled out is very encouraging and good. And I am finding that even this morning when I woke up, so I'm filming this on Tuesday, when I woke up I felt my chest and my shoulders felt very fatigued, and my hips felt just a little bit beat up, nothing out of the ordinary, but mentally I feel very fresh, extremely fresh, whereas before I would normally feel very mentally fatigued after a big day, because obviously I'd been so emotionally invested. So I definitely feel that's something that is making me just a much more efficient lifter, and really is improving my recovery potential by simply just being extremely calm. And yeah, very happy with it. It was moving very well. On the bench press, it was just I am carrying a lot of fatigue on my pressing. I believe on my squats, my deadlifts, I don't really feel that fatigue during the movement, and I do still feel pretty sharp, pretty strong on the bench press. I definitely feel just pretty fatigued even warming up. Definitely the most fatigued I ever have, which is very understandable considering the amount of pressing volume I'm doing per week. And actually on Saturday, so I only had 1 day's rest between Saturday's benching and today's benching, and on Saturday I benched 172.5 kilos for a double, which was an all-time PR. I unfortunately didn't get footage as my camera was dead. So yeah, it is heading in the right direction. I am a little bit nervous with how high pressing volume is, with regards to how close we are to the competition, as if I'm going to be able to dump all of the fatigue, and also just with regards to intensifying the loads, will I be able to perform in the intensifying the loads just because of the fatigue I'm carrying and dropping the fatigue debt. I am pretty nervous about it. However, I completely and fully 100% trust in the process and the programming 100%, and I know for a fact that it will all work out and everything's there for a reason. But I am just a little bit nervous on about the pressing, mainly because to set up the total I want and to win gold at this competition, I really need the bench press I'm going for. The bench press pretty much sets up the total, obviously, but the bench press does really kind of set it up. And if I hit the bench press I want to hit, I really believe that I will probably take gold based off of who I'm competing against and whatnot. But again, like I said, I fully trust in the process, and I know that my anxiety about it or my nerves about it is just me being a little bit stupid and over analysing and overthinking things, which is something I don't really like to do. Again, on this day, upon watching the footage back, the pauses were not really what I would like them to be. They definitely were not. They were definitely a bit fast. You can ask any of the athletes that I work with if they had performed these pauses. I probably would encourage them to maybe try and hold the pause just a little bit longer. No excuses for it. It simply was just I was just trying to get through the benching, and with trying to get through the benching, I was rushing the pauses a little bit. But from on watching back, I've got that as a mental note. And going into the next bench session tomorrow on Wednesday, I will be remedying that and fixing that, and I'll be making sure that the pauses are much more to my standard and a competition standard for sure. But 6 sets of 5 was a massive volume PR, and to think that less than a year ago I failed this lift off on my 3rd attempt, so then to be taking it for 6 sets of 5 on a day where I feel very fatigued, to keep things into perspective, lots and lots of progress has been made. So that's us come to the end of the video, guys. If you've made it to this point, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to all of you guys next time.